Number 2 Michigan, 7th-ranked Michigan State. Friday night at the Breslin Center, the two rivals met for the 197th time. Never before in the history of the rivalry have they had a combined ranking this high. Together, they're 38-3 this season, with the Wolverines trying to snap a 4-game losing skid in the series. Inside Michigan Basketball is presented by Meyer.
Slow down, set up our screens. We learned that from Nebraska, right? How they played slow, they went fast, stop. Let's do the same thing. Let's not let this crowd speed us up. Defensive keys, fellas, it's simple. Get our defensive set and do what you do and finish possession. And then most importantly, discipline and impulse control. Discipline and impulse control. We need each other, fellas. When you're in an environment like this, this is the best. Guys, think about it. Everyone in the country is sitting watching this game wanting to beat you right now. Yeah. Every fan is sitting here wanting their team to be in this environment, in this situation right now. Let's go have fun with it, man. We need each other. And guys, we talk about what this team, we have one here. This team's never played here. Yep. This team has never played here. This team is 0-0. Not in 40 minutes on Gamecock. It will be 1-0 when we leave. Back.
The last Michigan win in East Lansing, 2018, when Mo Wagner went off for 27 on the Spartans. Early on, the Wolverines were relentless to the ball, keeping it alive on the glass.
Michigan out offensive rebounding, the best defensive rebounding team in the country. Cadeau right point of three. Bullseye! 4 times the charm, 10-2 Wolverine.
Adai Mara making an impact inside. The big man playing aggressively, scoring 6 of their first 15.
Into Mara, banging in on Calder, spins, banks and scores a line drive off window. Crossover bounce, low block right, feed into Mara. One dribble reverses and got the roll. Half dozen early for the 7'3" Adai Mara, 15-5 U of M.
Watch this sequence. Rez Johnson Jr. with one of Michigan's 7 block shots. And then he runs the floor, with Mara making the touchdown connection.
Handoff Scott, 3 ball blocked by Johnson, deflects to Mara, 1-arm pass ahead, Rez, and he jams it down! Oh, the 2 big men in fast break there.
Then it's Yaxel Lendeborg, the crafty veteran, off the inbounds with an and one. That put him up 13.
Inbound Lendeborg, he banks and scores on a great feed from Kaysen, count it in a foul.
Michigan forced 11 turnovers in the first half. It's Johnson again with a snuff. And flash to the other end. Trey McKinney, who won a state title on this floor, drills a corner 3.
Left point of drive, kick left corner, McKinney a 3.
Bingo!
You betcha! 37-21, timeout Tom Izzo in Michigan State.
Michigan ended the half on an 18-7 spurt and led 42-26 at the bathroom break. Second half, you know the twister is coming. Jeremy Fears in transition.
Driving in all the way to the rack, laid it up, laid it in, count it in a foul on Lendeborg.
MSU with a 15-4 run to start the frame. And then it's Fears on the move again. The sophomore takes it all the way and gives MSU its first lead with 7:27 to play. He scored a game-high 31. Will Cheddar calms the storm for Michigan as the Wolverines leapfrog back on top.
Underhand lead, Cheddar, he tries a 3 for the lead. Got it to go! Will Cheddar with his first field goal, 60-59.
A lead they would not surrender. Down the stretch, Cadeau was fearless, doing a little bit of everything. He authored 17 points and a half dozen assists.
Lob it up, caught by Johnson, jams it down over Cooper with a spin. 66-63, Cadeau around a screen from Johnson. Steps back, right wing, hoists a 3. Got it to go! Elliott's third triple of the night. Flashes a 3 to the Izzone. Timeout, Tom Izzo, Michigan State.
Lendeborg went for 26 and 12 as the Wolverines roll into East Lansing and bag an impressive win, 83-71.
That was electric, man. Like, the energy in here was super, super loud, man. All the Michigan State fans they're really good fans, honestly. Like, that was the best game I've ever been in my life, as far as energy-wise, you know. But honestly, you know, it felt good to be in this rivalry. You know, this is my first time experiencing it, and I wasn't let down by it at all.
Tell me what it felt like playing here, and especially winning here.
It's a crazy rivalry. I'm thankful enough to play it at North Carolina, so I experienced a rivalry like this, and it's pretty much the same thing, and it's just really personal, and it's really fun. Like, this is probably the most fun I had playing in a long time.
How special is it silencing this crowd?
I'm new to the rivalry, so I think it's very special. I could tell by the guys that's been here for a couple years, like Will, Namari, Harrison. It's very important, and I'm glad we got the dub for them boys.
What does this mean at this point for this club?
Oh, it means a lot, man. We're trying to stay in number one, and you got to do whatever we have to do to stay on top, you know. So if it's winning games like this on the road, then that's what we're going to continue to do.
What does this mean to this team at this moment in time?
It means a lot to us. I mean, we're all on social media. We all see what everybody says about us. We don't try to pay attention to it, but at the end of the day, we do see it. So it was kind of personal to us, and it was just a really big win for us, and we're really happy about it.
After the break, we're joined by head coach Dusty May, and a senior leader helps the women navigate a crowded Big Ten race. Inside Michigan Basketball is brought to you by Meijer, proud supporter of hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. And by Michigan Medicine, there's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer.
This can't be the pinnacle of our season when we start feeling ourselves at all. We've got to be hungrier to get more. This team is special. Let's keep fighting, keep being all about the team, and put those barriers up. Man, let's block out the noise. The noise is coming down, especially for some of the guys that didn't have one of their better games. The noise is coming in. Hey, appreciate it. Hey, be all about the group, be all about the team. Love you guys, man. Proud, man.
Coach May joins us after an impressive 83-71 win here at the Breslin Center. Dusty, let's talk about that first half first. Forced 11 turnovers, doing a nice job rebounding. How'd you guys build that big lead?
We were able to keep them off the offensive glass to an extent, and when they were able to get they didn't rebound it, and we were able to get a couple shot clock violations, but more than anything else, we were able to set our defense, and if we set our defense with our size, length, and versatility, then usually we can force a tough shot.
How impressed were you with the composure you guys showed from the beginning of this game?
Incredibly impressed, especially when Michigan State made their run and went up 2. That's typically when teams that aren't as seasoned as ours fold the tents in this environment. And credit our guys. Will Cheddar made a big 3. Yaxel made a couple big hustle plays, and then down the stretch, the Elliott Merez pick and roll really gave us some great looks at the basket. And I thought everyone that played stepped up. Trey, Roddy, those guys, they all stepped up and made big contributions. This wasn't an easy win.
I'm curious, when you have a big lead at the half like that, what is that halftime conversation like?
Well, we knew they were going to come out swinging. Obviously, we can't give them an offensive rebound, then turn it over. That fuels their run. And so we have to be a lot more sound out of halftime. We knew they were going to come out and make a run. It was going to happen, whether it was immediate or a few minutes in, but they came out determined to put their head down and get to the rim, and credit them. They made some halftime adjustments to what they were, not as much tactically as much as just philosophically, and they were getting to the rim and putting onus on the officials.
You mentioned a lot of guys doing good things down the stretch there, but I want to hone in on Elliott just a little bit, hitting those 2 big shots and doing other things. But when your point guard is playing like that and leading like that, I mean, that's what you need him to do in that situation, correct?
Yeah, he has a lot of belief in this team, and he's a winner. He's a warrior. I thought he came up with some big rebounds. His ball screen defense overall was really sound. And if you can create the baskets he was creating late in the game, it's just another example of his ability. And you know, he turned one over, and he's unfazed by it. And so he's playing. He's getting to the next play much better than he was earlier in the year. But he's a special point guard.
I think it's important to underscore this. The other night, 19 of 23 from the free throw line. Tonight, 23 out of 26. That's huge in these environments.
I've always felt like since day one that this team could elevate their play when their play needed to be elevated, and they did that again. For these guys to step up and make free throw, the complexion of the game would have felt a lot different if we would have missed those at any point.
All right, lastly, pregame, you were serenaded here by the Michigan State fans, by the Izzone. Just talk about that a little bit, and you kept your composure when there was a lot going on around you there.
Yeah, I didn't realize the vitriol from this fan base towards us. I know now. I was actually just trying to stick my head out on the court and smell the environment and take it all in, because I didn't think the students were in yet. And as soon as I peeked around the corner, it started, and at that point I was like, there's no way that I'm just going to go back in the locker room. So I let them get it all out. I was a very productive punching bag for them, and everyone in our travel party said they learned a lot about themselves, and most of it were not their most redeeming qualities.
And your team let a lot out as well tonight. Dusty, thank you so much. Great job.
Thanks, Ed. Appreciate it.
Up next, the week started by taking down the Big Ten's last undefeated team.
Hey, offensively, let's get to the red zone and get to the second side as quick as possible. Remember, Biggs, if you like your advantage deep, run it, but if not, pull to the corner or short corner. We'll find a flare, we'll find a back screen. That way we can generate a little bit of rhythm. Middle third offense, as much as we can play in the middle third of the floor, they want to keep it out of the middle. They want to keep it on the sideline, so we want to do everything we can to keep it in the middle. Ball screen, if they cancel it, just flip it and set another one. We'll be in the paint. And then we'd always be in the 3 low spacing. We got it? Yeah. Guys, trust your instincts, trust your athleticism, trust your speed, trust your voices, and be very decisive with everything we do. Honor the calls. Whatever Yak says he's going to do, whatever Rez's instincts tell him to do, that's what we're doing, and we're playing off of each other. Let's make sure we're not overthinking this stuff. Long threes equals long rebounds. Guys, there should be a physicality and intensity gap. They haven't seen anyone like us as far as our speed, length, athleticism, depth, everything. There should be a gap between our physicality, our intensity, and who they are, and then who makes the fewest mistakes, fellas. The team who makes the fewest mistakes tonight is going to win this game. Let's go play good ball. Let's go.
This one was fast and furious from the outset. Namari Burnett getting a couple of early buckets for Michigan, both at the rim as the veteran got off to a hot start.
Now right corner, Burnett, shot fake, drives in strong, flings it up there over Buchton. Gel muscles it home with a swish.
Rez Johnson Jr. stepping out to show his range. This 3-ball tied the game at 10. Nebraska, playing without 2 of its top 3 scorers, came in with one of the top 3-point shooting profiles in the nation, and they flexed for the sold-out crowd.
Lawrence right side, shoots a 3 and scores it after trying to induce some contact on Cadeau.
Jamarquis Lawrence was out of his mind. The senior scored 16 in the half, including a stretch of 11 straight Cornhusker points to put him up by 10. He finished with 20. Trey McKinney hopped off the bench to give Michigan a spark. A pair of threes from the freshman helped the Maize and Blue pull within 3.
Deflected pass left wing, McKinney sidestep 3. Yes! Michigan's 4th triple, half from the freshman McKinney.
He tossed in 11. In Elliot Cadeau to Adai Mara hookup pulled the Wolverines within a bucket at the bathroom break.
Cadeau right side, game clock at 2, drives in, alley-oop over to Mara, who finishes right side of the rim with a half-second to spare, and Michigan trails at 50-48.
Michigan opened the second half with a scoring drought of 5:51. Meanwhile, the Huskers were getting to the rim.
Jacobson catches, spins on McKinney to the Big Ten logo, pivots, banks, and scores. Timeout, Dusty May in Michigan.
And when Price Sandfort hit his 5th 3 of the game, 3 of his 20, Nebraska went up 63-54. The Wolverines slowly chiseled away at the deficit.
Oh, Case in a pocket pass to Johnson, who rocks the rim with 2 hands.
Johnson finished with a double-double, 17 and 12. Will Cheddar gave him 15 quality minutes off the bench, including this key bucket from Mara that made it a 3-point game.
Skip it, Cheddar, shot fake, banks and scores it. Cheddar wanted a foul, didn't get it, play on, 70-67 Wolverines.
Tied at 72, just over a minute left. McKinney gave Michigan its first lead since it was 3-2.
Pitches left corner, McKinney shot fake, takes left baseline, he floats, he got it! Over the front of the rim, barreling into Hoiberg!
Nebraska had 2 chances in the final 4 seconds, but the Wolverines survived 19 turnovers and pull out a gutsy win, 75-72, leading for only a total of 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
We couldn't get too high or too low in this game. You know, things was going our way in the first half. We just had to keep going, sticking to it, and eventually, we got the win. Eventually, things started going our way.
When we come back, the week that was for the women, and you'll meet a senior who is all about the team. While Michigan's 3 starting sophomores garner most of the attention from opposing teams and fans, there's a senior who gets noticed every day by the players and coaches for her leadership role.
For the ones that are sophomores now, they had to grow up so fast because they were put in positions where they had to be ready to compete day one when they got here. And it's such a fun position to be in because now I'm learning so many new things about how I can be a leader. Because I was once that, baby, and Emily Kaiser and Leah Brown and Maddie Nolan were leading me, and now I get to fill those roles of how can I give back.
Crockett is the backbone of the Wolverines, a selfless teammate who can be leaned on. She's been a leader her entire life.
I have 3 younger siblings, and one of which my brother has Down syndrome, so I was always kind of the one, you have to be as the older sibling to lead and drive them around, take them to practices and get them dinner, and take accountability or just be there for my parents. Even just as a further life skill, just being that person who's going to take action when maybe there's not someone to do that.
Alyssa is also effective on the court, coming off the bench to fill any role.
The confidence that Coach Rico has put into me throughout all 4 years I've been here, it's always been, you're a shooter, you're a shooter, you know that. Continue to do that. And I think in past years, maybe my freshman year, I would have been like, oh, that's not my shot, or it's wavering sometimes, but that's just how it goes in college athletics. But now I'm to the point, I have the confidence in myself and I know that I'm a good shooter.
Watching her team develop and grow, watching the program progress has been special. Crockett says she's grateful to have made a difference.
You don't want to wish anything away, never. But that's the joy of how special this place is. And every single summer, Emily Kaiser has come back, Maddie Nolan has come back, and I think that just goes to show how special Ann Arbor is. Just because of the people Coach Rico has brought here onto this team and the family that we've built is so special. And no matter who's living in the house that I live at now, I don't care. I'm coming back in next year, the year after, 5 years down the road, because I know the connections that I've built here and the people that I love. And I just love Ann Arbor and what it is.
Alyssa and the Wolverines had a pair of games this week, beginning with a Sunday matinee against USC, and this was one entertaining contest. The Wolverines started out mercurial, shooting 77% in the first quarter to take a 12-point lead. Michigan controlled play throughout the first half and took a 13-point edge into the break.
Needed Swords for 3, bang.
But the women of Troy stormed back in the third quarter, outscoring the Maize and Blue 31-13, taking a 5-point lead. Guard Kara Dunn led the Trojans with a game-high 26 points. Michigan counterattacked by starting the fourth quarter with a 13-0 run to take and hold on to the lead for good. Olivia Olson led the home team with 24 points and 8 rebounds. Mila Holloway was clutch with 13 points and 8 helpers. Silas Swords, Brooke Quarles-Daniels, and Ashley Sofulkanik combined for 30 points as the Wolverines turned back USC 73-67. Thursday, the Wolverines traveled to Bloomington, Indiana, and they had no problem with the Hoosiers. An early 8-0 run pushed the visitors to a quick lead, and they never trailed. Olsen scored 17 first-half points and finished with a game-high 27. Michigan's defense was smothering, turning 17 IU turnovers into 34 points. It was an 18-point lead at the break, and the Maize and Blue led by as many as 30. Holloway finished with 17 points and Swords added 10. 11 Wolverines got on the score sheet as Michigan's balanced attack was no match for Indiana. The Wolverines improved to 9-1 in the Big Ten with a 95-67 victory. Inside Michigan Basketball is brought to you by Meijer, proud supporter of hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. Before we let you go, let's take a peek ahead. It's a busy week for the women. 3 games in 8 days, beginning Sunday at Michigan State. Wednesday, Nebraska comes to town, and then February 8th, number 2 UCLA visits Chrysler. The men have Penn State here on Thursday, and then Super Bowl Sunday, they head to Columbus to take on the Buckeyes. We'll see you next time.